We're about to pull into the 2024 Kentucky Exposition. Super excited about this one. Hopefully they got a bunch of new equipment. I've seen that Hustler's got a tracked
Stay in the middle 3 lanes.
mower. But like I said last year, if you guys are interested in coming to this is something you have to really plan for because everything books up. And if you get your tickets early when you're coming to this, as in, you know, if you're wanting to come here next year, then you need to get your tickets before I think August. I think they double in August, but you can usually get them like January, February, March, April, May for like $25 or $30, and then they double. And then if you come here on, like today, if you just came here and you wanted to get tickets, I think they're $120 per person. So it's super important that you kind of plan this deal. And this place is massive. We're going to do a full walkthrough and give you guys as much info as you can handle.
Right turn onto Circle of Champions.
You can see over here they've got Cub, John Deere excavators. You know, when you come here, you get to run all this equipment too, so it's really nice. You know, you can go outside, run the mowers, Steels over here. They've got food, all kinds of stuff at this expo, and you could spend, you know, 3 days here easy and still not get to do everything. There's so much stuff here. There's Dixie Chopper.
In a quarter mile, the destination is on your left, Kentucky Exposition Center.
All right, so we're about to walk in. When you come here, you've got to get a badge before you go in that gives you all your stuff and basically lets you have. You need to see this? He's good. Doesn't seem like there's as many people here today as there was last year, but let's get to looking at this stuff. Little Giants. I love them little tires on there. I see people with these on mowers all the time. So this is a brand new Laser Z Exmark X Series. I'm going to let this guy tell you about it. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is a new LRX. So we changed our whole laser lineup.
Oh, okay.
We have an LRE, an LRS, and an LRX. So
Okay.
There's 3 different scenarios. And LREs are a good scenario. LRS is the better, and then the LRX is the best. So it's got more features on it. It's got a bigger drive system, higher ground speed. It's got now standard some LED lights. And we don't just put lights on them to have lights on them. We place lights where you have less shadows.
Right.
You got 2 side lights, and then you have the front one as well. This one's got a 16cc drive system, so it's heavier than our other 2 series.
Okay.
And then it's got what we call the Adapt.
Right.
So the Adapt is something that you can adjust the rate of the deck from the seat instead of having to manually do it with tools.
Right.
So that comes standard on this unit.
Right.
The Adapt's used in different cutting conditions. So
Right.
if you have like stringy grass or dandelions, you can change that now. You can cut to 1 pass and not have all the distractions.
Now, you guys said that you've got different drive systems. So this is not running the 16cc Parker
This
that
one
the
is
other.
16cc. The other 2 are the 12cc.
Okay.
So this one's bigger.
Now, is this the same as last year's X Series?
It is the same. The
Okay.
drive system's same. What we've done on this, you see the changes here.
Right,
with
aesthetically.
and our height to cuts changed.
Right.
But we also beefed up some points that we knew high hours. We saw maybe a crack here or there on a frame.
Right.
We made some changes there where the wheel motor mounts.
Right.
We beefed it up. Even things like where the control panel is.
Right.
We've made it more open so debris doesn't pack in there like it has in the past.
Okay.
So that's some improvements. A lot of different engine options. You got the big EFIs, you got the 820 Evo, you got the 993 Vanguard, and then you have the Kohler 980.
I noticed you guys are starting to put a lot bigger motors on them and stuff.
We are.
Forever, for years, they wouldn't put the bigger motors on them.
Yeah, they are all big now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Exmark is very efficient in how their deck can, hold RPM and stuff. That's been one of the things I've always noticed over the past couple of years. Now, is I noticed you guys have a different looking spindle.
Yeah, in the front caster, that we beefed that front caster up too.
Okay, so you beefed it up.
It's some of it's overkill, but
Right.
we wanted to make sure with the LRX you have that.
This looks like cast.
Yeah, it is.
That's cast. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you know if the housing is any bigger? Is the
That's the same. We didn't
Okay,
change the housing.
housing's the same. Have you guys switched anything in the pulleys, the deck?
No, it's still a 6 Series deck,
Right.
so that all changed, stayed the same. So we knew that was a winner.
Yeah.
So.
Now, what makes you guys use Parker pumps? Is that just
Honestly, it's a very efficient system.
right?
We have a great relationship with that vendor too,
Okay.
Parker. So that the biggest thing was we wanted to get rid of hoses.
Correct.
So now you just got you still have a pump and wheel motor. The pump's just mounted straight onto the wheel motor.
Right.
You eliminate those hoses and leak points.
Right.
That's awesome. I think we're up at the transport. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it. If you want to just look at it all.
The other thing too, the seat, we changed the design on that to give the operator a little more higher back.
Right. I
So
see that.
Same. It's
This
3
is
inch-
swapped different too, ain't it? Or is it just got a bigger head
Just
on
a
it?
bigger head. That's fuel injected. You don't have a choke, and that's where you operate the lights.
Okay.
There.
Nice. It's a very good setup. Now, is your battery still?
Only on the 993.
Okay.
So the battery will be tucked into 993 is such a massive engine.
Right. You had to
We-
switch
we
it
had
up.
that little AGM battery.
Right.
A lot of people just didn't like that, so we went with the bigger battery.
Right.
So,
Well, it's just easy to get to.
Yeah.
You don't have to remove anything. If you got to jump start it, that's one of the nice things. Like a lot of these companies hide their battery. So then if you're dead in the field, you've got to take all these things off to get to it. Where this one, you can just hook your negative and positive up and go with it and get it started. Very good looking unit, especially the difference in the aesthetics and stuff. Now, is this something new for this year that you guys have come out
We've
with?
had this for a while, just an accessory for that machine.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Then a trash container
Trash
is another accessory you can get on the machine. So
Okay.
mount those in different areas.
Now, is this, if you bought this unit, I know besides this and this, but is this the highest end? You guys at the 37?
This is the highest end.
The highest end. Like
Yeah.
this is the decked outest
Yeah,
version.
but now the laser starting price, you're looking at about 10.9 on the LRE.
Okay.
And you can go all the way up to about 20,000 when you get to the LRX.
So you can get up to 20,000 in
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting astronomical. Now I see you guys have a extra wire here. What is that for? A trickle
For
charger?
accessories for if you did want to put something else on there. Like
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah.
any other accessory. you
It's
might
got the
have.
quick connect already made. So if you guys are looking to put an accessory on there, it's already quick connect. Cool, man. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Does the little tow hitch come on there standard now?
does, yeah.
Okay. And I see you got a rubber bumper on there now.
Yeah, honestly, that's just if you're having
Right.
a trailer made them.
Here's some more of their, lower end units, the radius. And then you've got the even littler radius. But look at this thing. I've never seen a tire that wide. That's called super wide right there. That thing is 16 inches wide. Now, on the 66 Hustler Hyperdrive, I've seen a 14 inch, but never a 16. Look at that. Ultra Cut Series 6. That's their new Vertex. The pulleys in there look really big. And as far as I know, like on the Scag, if you go below or above a certain inch, and maybe it's the same way here, I see they've got a pin here. No, you ain't. So on the Scag, when you move the pin below 3 inches, you've got to change the belt. It's got two belts on the bottom pulley. So you've got to switch the belt. Let's see if this one has it. I don't know. I don't see another belt hole in that back part. I just see one. So I'm guessing you can go from 5 all the way down to 50 without having to change the belt on that from height to cut. That is wild. Excellent design, I'm sure. Exmark's known for their design. Got your little bag, throw junk in. I've never been a fan of running stand-ons though, especially for hillsides. Here's their new turf tracer. So this is their autonomous mower. that you can, you know, either mow with it standing on it. You can drop this little deck and stand and follow it. You want to tell me about this? I see you're excited.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so this is our autonomous turf tracer. So basically you show up on the property the first week, you drive around the perimeter of the area you want to mow.
Okay.
Drive around any trees, anything like that. And then you hit go, and it'll start striking.
Okay, so I've had 2 or 3 of these out for testing. The problem with them, what happens if this loses GPS? Does it store the maps? So every property, will it store that map? And then when you go to it, you're like, this is property 2, you know, and then you hit it and it will go every time, even if it loses. So like the other ones I tried, let's say you make 6 passes, you know, you make 6 passes with it, or you go around the perimeter and you let it take off and it does 6 passes. Well, let's say it loses signal. If it does that 2 or 3 times, then it loses the actual process of what it was doing. Does this have that problem?
No, so it will store all the maps in the cloud.
Okay.
And we've done a lot of work on getting it so that it doesn't lose
Right.
GPS reception. And
Right.
it can go about 10 minutes without GPS reception.
Okay. What happens
so,
after 10 minutes?
Then it'll stop.
That-
Because it's basically...
It's all new technology, so I have to ask the questions because people are going to want to know that. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
We've had them out, and they work so well when they work. Like, they're just flawless when they work. But when they don't, you're like, man, this thing's driving me nuts. So this seems like it's a little more advanced than the ones that I've run prior. The ones I run prior did not have a camera. I see that has a camera system on it. Is that?
Yep.
So what does that do?
So right now, that's just for taking pictures that you can see in the app.
Okay.
So basically, like if it stops for an obstacle in front of it or something like that, you can see a picture of what it stopped for.
But this will help it know what the obstacle is.
Not
when it
right
sees
now. We're not using it for any kind of like...
Obstacle avoidance?
Right.
Okay, all right. So when it comes to something, like let's say someone's left a baseball bat out in the grass, what will it do?
If it's a larger object, it's going to stop for it. It's going to sit there and wait for the operator to come over and deal with whatever object it is.
Okay. Will it send you like a notification to your phone
Yep.
and say, hey, there's something in my way, I can't finish my process?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it will not go around it and avoid it.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
We don't have that yet. It's something we're going to be working on, but for right now, it just stops and waits.
But this will still work better than an employee that won't show up.
Right.
Hey, I hear you, man. That's what everybody's going for. You know, nobody wants to work anymore, so this is going to be replacing you guys if you don't show up for your job. It's a good-looking unit. I'd like to test one out on a property. So this has just been announced for the show.
Correct. So this is going to be a release for sometime later next year.
Okay.
This blower is going to run off of our MX battery platform here.
I see that.
The weight of this is about 31 pounds compared to our M18 blower, which is about 32 pounds with full batteries. Comparatively, we've also included the 1-key system within this blower now too, which also is in our batteries as well.
Right.
So you're going to be able to asset track this, inventory manage it. In addition to this too, on the 1-key platform, you're also going to be able to set the limitations of the speeds that you want to have.
Okay.
So for example, if you're a supervisor or if you're a fleet director and you want a little bit of assurance of what kind of run times you want to get, you can set this to a maximum speed level of 1, 2, or full ranges of 3. But let's say you can limit it to 2. Now you can have some sort of control over how much run time you're getting through battery. So how you use it is click the button, should turn on.
Battery's dead.
Ran it too much yesterday.
There you go. I've got a couple of impacts with the 1-key on it that we use for work and stuff to change the actual how much it'll let, you know, put to the torque of it and everything. And it's pretty cool to see, and plus you can see your inventory like you said. There it goes. What is the CFM on this maximum? 800. Okay, so that's about 150 more than your highest blower,
It's
right?
a significant jump. I don't
Right.
know the exact miles per hour. I'll follow up with
Right.
on that one. But to turn it on, turns on. The 1-key feature is going to be down here. Same thing, same system. You could set this on 1-key to like a maximum speed of 2.
Okay.
Okay, so the run times comparatively is going to be about 55 minutes, 35 minutes, and then about 25 minutes.
Okay.
So, full speed. So you can hear it. So this is on speed 1.
That's pretty stout, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that's stout.
So a significant jump compared to the M18. M18's still got a ton of power.
My name is Ben, product manager at Milwaukee Tool, and this is the new M18 20-inch dual battery chainsaw. So this saw takes advantage of our new Forge technology, which runs 30% dual with 30% more power. So we pair this with the most powerful motor we've ever put into a handheld tool before. It culminates into this one saw that delivers 5.8 peak horsepower. That's 70 cc gas-like power. So this thing actually can cut faster than most of our 70 cc gas competitors. We've upgraded this guy with a professional grade feature set. We've got felling sight lines, high contrast in color. It's well balanced for motor control, and it has twice the amount of torque as a 70 cc gas chainsaw, reducing stalls and allowing you for faster cutting. This guy comes out November 4th at a price of $8.99 retail. Comes with these two Forge 8 amp hour batteries, a dual bay charger, and of course a chainsaw.
About a 9 to 10 inch poplar log.
Out and put it back in.
Yeah, another thing I want to show you guys, so all the old ones, you had to like knuckle it to get your finger down in it to pull the scrinch out. So he's going to show you how easy this one is to do.
Yeah, this one's just a lot simpler. You can pry this up here. It doesn't take a whole lot of force. Slide it right out.
Nice, that's so nice.
Here we have our M18 backpack sprayer with switch tank. So this backpack sprayer, there's really three things you got to know. One, obviously it's powered on M18, so you're not going to have to worry about any manual pumping. You just turn this thing on and you're going to get some nice consistent flow rate. The second piece is this has the best pressure control in the industry. On this sprayer, we have 5 different flow rate settings. I'm going to just spray into a bucket.
That's fine. They'll get the idea.
Yep. So we have 5 different flow rate settings here. It's all adjustable. You just turn the sprayer on, and you have 5 different settings to choose from. We purposely designed all 5 of these settings for your application. So we're going to crank it up to setting 5. So here you're getting 0.5 gallons per minute.
That's almost like pressure washer.
Yep, you can near spray the ceiling here, but you can pretty much get 30 feet of horizontal, 25 feet of vertical spray distance, and then you can dial it back. We have our setting 4 through 2, which is nice for a controlled broadcast spread, and then you can crank it down all the way to 1. So say you need to spray a weed really controlled, bam.
Oh, wow.
Really nice pressure control there. Notice no drip as you go between it, giving users that premium experience.
Does your tip also adjust for the fan spray?
Yes, it does. So
Okay, so that's something
as
interesting.
you go, you can adjust.
Yes,
there.
nice. You can almost missed it the way it was
Yeah,
getting it down.
You get
very
really nice
fine.
atomization here.
Right. Look at that. I mean, that is flawless.
And then the other piece, that people have come to know and love with Gen 1, and we're maintaining this in Gen 2, is switch tank.
Switch tank.
So essentially what you're able to do is isolate everything that touches the chemicals. So your pump, your hose, your wand is all isolated from the base, which consists of the motor, electronics, and batteries.
Correct.
Now I can go from a herbicide down there to an insecticide here. I don't have to worry about cross-chemical contamination.
Hey guys, my name is Bradley, product manager for Quick-lok and string trimmers here in Milwaukee, and really excited to talk to you about our next generation Quick-lok powerhead and dedicated M18 fuel string trimmer. So this is our Gen 2 of the Quick-lok powerhead, redesigned completely from the ground up with 30% more power, giving you more productivity with your existing attachments and the ability to do really cool attachments in the future that we're working on. And then you've got the dedicated string trimmer right here, really optimized for that best power to weight ratio for guys who are using a string trimmer for long periods of time. Both of these have more power than 31 cc gas, while being a full pound lighter in weight, even with our biggest battery.
You're not going to bother me. If you hit me with debris, I could care less. That's probably 1/2-inch cardboard that he's hitting with a structural piece matted in the middle of both of them. So you can see here, and he's, you know, shredding it. You can see how much they've shredded around through there. And this is their single battery M18 weed eater with the quick attach on it. Now this is their most powerful one here that they've got, which is a dual battery, and I'm gonna let him use it on there too to show the difference between the two. Now, is there any difference as far as how long the string will go out on this one compared to these two?
Yeah, so this is a 17-inch.
Okay, 17-inch.
16.
Right,
Yeah,
all right,
so
good
a little bit
deal.
more.
Right, the longer you can get that weed eater string out there, the more, if it'll hold its RPM.
Yeah.
So we're going to see here. All right, at the Bobcat booth. This looks like one tough machine. Very funky build on these, but this tool cat, I mean, it's literally set up for different attachments to just be worked. Definitely not something you're going to look at for dual purpose. This is job site. All-wheel steering. So this has all-wheel steering. The rears will steer with the front. That's going to give you a huge advantage when you're turning in tight spaces. Let's get to the mowers. Nice little tractor. Deck system goes up to 4 1/4. One of the things that I noticed when I had this test unit on the 7000 is the stickers come off. These right here. A lot of these on the mowers are coming off and stuff.
I don't know, man. I feel like we're gonna get there. I feel like we're
See if there's any change in the.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Is there anything new for this year on these?
Not on the 7000.
Nope.
Okay.
On the residentials, what you're going to see is some new stuff. Integrated parking brake,
Okay.
and then
When you say integrated parking brake, you
So-
mean like in the handlebars or in? Oh, just.
parking brake lever's gone. It used to be right here. Now when they go out.
Oh, that's great. Why didn't y'all do that with the 7000?
Well, it's probably coming at some point.
Oh, okay, good deal, man. Because that's
I'm not gonna
that's
promise.
huge.
Other little things on the resis, they put tie downs up here.
Okay, I do see that. Yeah,
Tracking knobs.
right.
Little changes, but it was needed, and they're talking about, and I'm going to speak for him on this, they're talking about in the next 2 years probably just a reface of the whole line.
Right.
So,
One of the things I would, I've run a lot of mowers. One of the things I would recommend for you guys is like your Bobcat stickers on the side. I notice a lot of the stickers come off.
Yep.
And, we tested the unit, and the unit, man, I was very impressed with it. But that was one of the things that I noticed on there. But you guys, as far as your ergonomics, probably have one of the most ergonomical mowers in the industry. The way that it's set up and how everything is just angled towards you. And like the fuel switch and stuff, I absolutely love how it's just right beside you. You're not like trying to reach behind you. If you guys put the parking brake and the handlebars on that is going to be excellent.
Did you ever ride the old green ones?
I didn't.
Okay, so there were many improvements from the old green Bobcats to where we are today.
Right.
Like you're talking about the fuel switch.
Right.
Yeah, it used to be back.
Correct.
You couldn't reach it. We didn't have fuel gauges. I could go on and on, but even like we're one of the few that have these weird shaped handles.
I know.
And everybody goes, oh, that's hard rubber. No, it makes you relax your hands so you don't get tired from fighting the sticks.
Yeah.
Bad boy's confident, so.
Well, like I said, I've tested a lot of mowers, and I was very impressed with the ergonomics of the mower.
Yep.
And you guys, it says online that your front tires are foam filled.
Basically, they're run flats.
Okay, that's what that means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Cynics. Well, let's. The Kubota booth. Let's see if they've got anything new for this year. These are really good looking mowers. I always like the twills on them. That's got run flats. Let's see what the deck looks like on these. Pretty open design. I would say that produces a big cut. Man, them spindles look wild. Look at that spindle. It's huge looking. That is a tiny, tiny excavator. 48 inches wide, 49.6 horsepower. You guys can screenshot this if you're wanting to look at this. SVL 50X. You can get that thing in some tight places. Got a bagger system on there. I wonder if those weights really help. I see people put them all kinds of different ways. I do like these foot control parking brakes if it's not in the handle, because you can work your controls and not have to let go of your controls like on Exmark and others and reach down and try to grab your parking brake. I just wish they would all put the parking brake in the handles. It just seems so smart to me. Let's go to the Exmark. So this is a Laser Z, but it looks way, way littler for some reason. I don't know. I guess all the top. I love this top. You could retrofit that on any of them. One thing I've always liked about the Exmark is the single gas tank that's right below the seat. Like, that's super nice. What do you guys think about these Kohler motors? Are these good motors? See what Scag's got new for this year. So I just tested one of these out at the channel. So if you guys want to see one of these testing, you can go and see it on the channel. I've got Bobcat testing with this, Hustler, quite a few others. This is a dual wheel kit one with the 72-inch cut. But like I was saying, you know, this, you've got to, if you drop your deck below a certain height or above, you've got to switch on that pulley back there, like I showed in the video, if you go below 3 inches, that's why they get the dual pin, you've got to switch your pulley on the belt, and that's why the secondary pulley is so big on there. Jackal. Pretty nice operator platform. Oh, it's got a float for the bucket. That's nice. So you can grade ground and stuff and make it smooth. I don't see anything new as far as mowers. Look at that little V-Ride. .30-inch cut. Let's see if there's anything new with the Cheetah. So for the Cheetah, they're going to offer a rear discharge in this unit. That's only really the new thing that they've got. So same mowers 24, 23. They do offer a Black Ops edition, which looks really, really good. Turf Tiger is going to be the same as last year. That one's got the little diesel on it. I actually owned one of these little Perkins at one time. I had it on an edger. You could not kill that thing. So these in Exmark have some of the highest cuts in the industry. These will go up to 6 inches on your cut, which is about a ½ inch higher than most of the other companies nowadays. This runs a 26-inch rear tire, which I really, really like the ride quality of the 26 compared to the 24. The Cheetah runs a 24-inch, but the Cheetah has the transport mode, which will make it go faster. What is this little deal? RC mower, MGR. Good. How are you doing? What? Okay. Okay. Still testing, huh?
3D printed, lots of stuff here.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it all-wheel drive or?
Individual wheel motors.
Okay,
So
individual wheel motors.
True hybrid. So imagine like your Prius. Okay?
Right.
So it actually 2-cycle gas, which operates the blade.
Okay.
And then everything else is operated by the 2 batteries. But it continuously charges while it's running. So just like your true hybrid would be.
Okay.
You don't plug it in anywhere.
Right.
So you do have it's not autonomous. It does have the remote control for now.
Now, is it just for brush?
It is a rough cut.
Rough cut. Okay. This is always my most exciting booth. And I know they've got this new Trax ride. So I need to get the rundown. Can you give me the rundown on this machine?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Everything. What you just tell me anything I would want to know.
Yeah, I got you. You on?
Yeah.
Okay. So this unit is what we're calling our Trax ride.
Right.
So we took the platform off of our X ride, which we launched last year, which has a suspension on it. So this whole platform moves up and down on a suspension.
Okay, I do see that.
Yeah, but we were, we do a lot of business with our 104s on solar fields.
Okay.
And a lot of solar fields are in low-lying areas, softer areas. And a lot of customers request tracks. So that's why we developed this Trax unit. This unit is a one-of-one prototype. Like, it's a few years before it's even in the market.
Okay.
So we brought it to the show because we want as much feedback as we can possibly get on the unit. It's got a rough cut deck on it. So you've got if you're out there mowing rougher terrain, you're not going to have that same finished cut that you normally get.
Right. I mean, it's still running lawnmower blades, but it's considered rough cut. 72 inches wide, running a Kawasaki with ZT 5400 hydros. Pretty wild design look. Is there anything else new that you guys are offering this year?
No, we don't have anything new here at the show. It's actually our 60th anniversary.
Right.
We were the first twin lever zero turn on the market. So instead of a brand new, we brought an old one.
I see. Now you guys are doing away with the 66-inch hyperdrive.
That's correct. Yeah.
Which is best. Come on, man. Why you guys got to do that? I know why you're doing it. Yeah. I know the production and everything else.
Low volume.
I know. I missed out on a sale of the last one in America, and so now I'm on a hunt to find.
On a hunt for one?
I'm on a hunt for one. I absolutely love that mower. I've on my channel, I've had it compete with so many mowers.
Yeah.
And I've got an X-Ride right now out there, and I've got one of the 66, or did have one of the 66. I sold it because I had no clue you guys were going to quit making it. Absolutely crazy, but I get it.
Yeah. And then this was that X-Ride unit. This came out last year.
Right.
Not a lot of people have seen it yet, but the nice thing, instead of a suspension seat, you've actually got a mono shock underneath the platform.
Right.
So you can adjust it based on your weight.
Right.
Just to give you a little better ride.
Yeah. This unit still does not ride as good as the hyperdrive with flex forks.
If you put flex forks on this, it'll ride really good.
You think it would still ride as? I think it's the shorter platform. It's actually shorter.
It rides better with the flex forks on. I think it rides better regardless. But,
right. Yeah. I do like it. Like I said, I've got one at the house right now.
The thing is, it's not hyperdrive. Right?
Right.
If you're a hyperdrive customer, you're buying a hyperdrive for the hyperdrive reasons, and you need that longevity on transmissions.
Right.
You buy a hyperdrive.
Right.
Like, don't buy this when you should buy a hyperdrive.
I get it, man. It's an excellent mower. It cuts really, really well. Platform. Yep. One of the things, like I was telling Bobcat, you can see how Hustlers went to this design because the sticker platform peels off, where this will be here until the mower just is gone. But here's their X1. Like he said, there's nothing that has changed as far as from 23 they come out with this platform where they switched all the tanks and everything. That's a rear discharge unit, Super Z. So this will run 14 mile per hour.
It's basically deadheading against those pumps. Those pumps are sitting there, and the wheels are trying to turn. They're trying to increase the pressure. The pump's going, you're not stronger than me. So it's braking downhill. Now this, in theory, it's stressful on there. So
right.
The bigger and heavier it is, the harder it is on the machine. But especially like this on a 61, it's not going to kill it to do that if you have to. Or you can drive down the hill, but you can drive at the speed you're going down.
Now, is this the only place that you can see your height of cut?
That you can see what? Oh, your height of cut? Yes, it's what you can see. But we also have these two rails that are in the front, and the button on the top will pop out for every 1/4 inch increment. So you could set your cut height at, let's say, like, what do you normally cut?
4.5.
Okay, so let's say you could set it at 4.5, but you know that you have a manhole cover and you really want it to be at 5, or a water main cover or a curb or something like that. You can go up, every click is a 1/4 inch. You could set that pin at what you want,
right,
and then go click, click, and you're up a 1/2 inch. And you press the button and go back down again, and you're at your cut height.
Right, okay.
So it allows you to know where you're at, even if you can't see it.
Well, that's why I was asking. I feel like that's kind of hard to see.
Height that you want,
right.
And then you can go up, and every click is a 1/4 inch. And then the other cool thing is the deck can float, but it can never kick that handle up further. So if you hit a big bump and the deck slaps up or something like that,
it can never lock
that
out.
handle will never lock out.
Right. There's well.
And it allows us to run dual springs to raise and lower the mower deck, because our engine comes up and down with the mower.
That's close right there.
So there's a lot of weight that you're raising, but we have a very easy mower deck to raise and lower because we have a spring on both sides.
Right.
Normally people would be worried about having so much spring it's going to make the handle too light. It's more likely to lock out, right? But because that height adjustment locks every 1/4 inch, it can't. So
it can't go nowhere.
Really easy.
Right.
I'm not worried about that. So like this is a 72. I'm raising a 72-inch mower deck and an engine. Here, check this out. Okay. Hold the phone with your left hand if you can. Stand on the platform and raise me, the engine, and the mower deck.
Oh, I see how it locks out. Yeah.
I'm not as skinny as I'd like to say. So you're raising 200 plus pounds,
Right.
plus a big block engine, plus a mower deck, very easily. Okay, so it makes your life easier. It's easier on your body, but you have no downside because you can't slap up and walk out.
Huh. Okay. It's a good looking unit. Yeah, that's one. I want to test one of those. So this is the one he was talking about, and it is going to be new for this year, or they didn't showcase it, he said, last year, but I thought I seen it. Maybe I didn't. Let's go to John Deere and see if they got anything new for this year. Go ahead. So this must be an electric ZTrak. The problem with these electric ones that I've seen, and this is in the Z900 series, is either one, they can't run a high lift enough blade to get the cut quality of a gas or diesel without sacrificing battery. And so, you know, I don't know what they're going to do about this electric stuff. We've tested several and not had the best of luck with them. Look how big them cast spindles are. Those are huge. Look at that. Some of the biggest ones I've seen. Big diesel unit. $985R. So this one's got the 40 horse motor on it. There you go. With oil guard. So that's the biggest motor I've seen on John Deere, which is the new 985R EFI. The one we tested was a 970R, I think. Excuse me, sir. Is this mower new for this year? Is that mower new for this year?
Correct.
Okay, can you give me the rundown on it?
So this one has a 40 horsepower Vanguard engine in it. It's got oil guard, and that's really the big difference between this model and what we've had in the past.
Okay.
So EFI engine.
Right. You was carbureted before.
Yeah, and we still have the carbureted
Right.
models, but this is a new engine offering that we have.
Okay.
And so you can get this one with a 72-inch deck.
And that's the only deck size option.
For this particular one, but you can either get a rear discharge or a side discharge.
Okay.
That's with the 40 horsepower. And then there's other deck options for the other engine sizes, but with the big engine, it's
Right.
into either side discharge or rear discharge.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's got the automated deck. Or is that just a kill switch?
That would be PTO, yep.
Okay. All right. Because I know I tested one. It had an automated up and down lift.
Lower, and then PTO.
Okay, lift and lower and then PTO. Right.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm skeptical.
Z760R. So basically John Deere has got 3 new series. The basic difference is they're now giving you EFI on their higher end models and running a Briggs and Stratton, and then they're still going to keep their carbureted models.
We have some new things going on with our stand-ons too, if you're interested in
Yeah,
that.
oh yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to leave that out.
No, for sure. Yeah, if you've got new stand-ons.
There's 2 new things. These, and actually, I would mention a third thing. So these stand-ons were new for model year 24.
Right.
But for 25, we have 2 weeks.
Okay.
In addition to what we brought out in 24, We also have the rear discharge 60.
Okay, so now you're
as
offering a
an
rear
option.
discharge.
And we also have a 72 side discharge.
Okay.
We did not have either of those two deck options for quick tracks last
Right.
year, but now we do, starting in 25.
So now you can get a rear discharge and a side discharge 72
Right.
in that model. Nice. So you're basically covering all your options.
Right.
You know, you can get rear, side, you know, bigger 72s.
Our deck sizes are 36, 48, 54, 60, and 72 inside discharge. And then we also have a 60 rear discharge.
The offer last year when we talked with Ego, they did not know where their commercial line was going to fall into place. So I'm curious to see what's going to fall into place as far as how they're going to 54-inch stand-on. So this is saying it's got 44 horsepower equivalent. I would like to test one of these and see how, I mean, as far as build quality, they've got these massive I-beam style front casters and everything on them. So if they could keep their RPM up, that would be excellent. But let's look at this deck and see what it looks like below the deck. That's one of the things I'm always curious about. Is it really baffled or is it? So it's just completely open. Huh. Height of cut will go to 5.25. I think lockout's actually above that, so you might get to 5.5 with that. I think other than that, these are the same as last year's. 48, 54. Do they have a 60? Okay, so here's a 60. I do like the keypad and stuff they've got. So you can see there. Real, probably 5-inch little keypad display that's on there.
No, that's okay. I think most vendors are doing it, I mean, depending on the timing. I have like one that's selling today, but everybody else is doing it.
3 battery pack system, same as last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see here.
Yes, of course. Thank
Standard. Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Can you give me the rundown on this?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
For the most part, so these are coming in 2026.
Okay.
This is, you know, the final piece to our commercial line. We got the
Right.
handheld tools ready to go, but here's our Z, right? We got it in 3 different sizes, and then we got a stand-on down there.
Okay.
But basically, looking for these to run 14 to 15 acres with these high capacity.
So are you thinking like, when you say 14 to 15 acres, you're thinking you'd get 3 of these fully charged, they'll cut up to that before dead? Or are you thinking...
Yeah, but 4 actually. We have a 4th slot here.
Oh,
for a
okay.
4th battery. So you have 4 of these, that'll get you 15 acres, and then they'll all be dead around that time.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
So you can also charge on board here. Maybe you got your blower on board with you. You want to charge that battery while you're working and mowing. So you can charge right here for that handheld battery.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Right, a little side charge right there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a charger,
that's
it stores
interesting.
your batteries,
What are you
mows your
guys?
grass.
This says commercial.
Yes.
What are you guys looking to compete with? Like pro consumer or actual full blown commercial?
Full-blown
Like,
commercial.
do you think lower end commercial or do you think like the highest end commercial? Like, are you looking to shoot towards like an Exmark Laser Z, a Hustler Hyperdrive?
Yeah, I think we're going for like Exmark, like high
Okay.
premium brand. That's our goal.
Well, I know you got a 60-inch deck, and now one of the things that I've noticed when you're using these mowers, and I've used a couple of these electric mowers, the thing that you guys are battling with is either one, you can put out a lot of battery power and run a high lift blade, but then your battery cycle is way down, or you can run a normal, very low lift blade and have the capacity, the battery lasts. Like, so is there anything you know of that you guys are doing to, because when we ran some of the other, now I've never ran these, but when we ran some of the other brands that were full-blown commercial, you know, $50,000, $60,000 electric units, they just didn't have the lift capacity. They ran a very low lift blade, and what I noticed, if like you go out in the morning, it was dewy, or if the blades were really long and you wanted to cut above 4 inches, that they couldn't pull it up in the deck. What kind of blades do these run? Do you know that?
I do not know that.
Okay.
I can ask someone else, but again, these are pretty early. I'm not
Right.
sure if that's even set yet. But
Sure.
I do want to let you know too. Maybe we're not going for the higher premium because based on the price points you just said, we're looking between $15,000 to $20,000 for this.
Right.
So it's probably going to be pretty more affordable compared to the competitors, but at this, we want to deliver that quality too.
Sure.
Blade wise, I'm not 100% to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I noticed none of them had blades on them, so
Yeah.
that's why I didn't. Here's all of Ego's push mowers they've got. These are really good mowers. I've tested some of them. This one looks like it's going to a more commercial style. It's got an aluminum cast housing around the bottom. You can see where these are mostly plastic. So this is a higher end unit that they're coming out with, I'm sure. 10.6 foot-pounds of torque, but that shows the plastic one. So I don't know. Yeah, Ego commercial, you can see here. Oh, really? Tango. It's almost like a powder-coated finish. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Sorry, my
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I won't get you just yet. I'll give you a second. I like you guys' color scheme.
Thank you. They're our favorite colors.
Yeah, the powder, is it a powder coat on the whole machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, for longevity and stuff.
Yeah, that texture,
Right.
new age textures will finish.
You can tell as soon as you feel it and like the look of it.
Yeah.
Now, I've not heard about you guys' company. Let's go over here at Spartan, see if there's anything new for this year. Oh, look, they got show pricing here. Cash price starting at $11,699. That's for an RT-HD. See if this is showcasing anything. They ain't got nothing on there. You guys got anything new for this year? Is there anything new for this year on these units? As in...
This product is brand new.
Okay.
This product is brand new.
Okay. So this shield's brand new?
That shield is brand new. You get it. Yep. Bye-bye.
But as far as your upper end series, the same as 2024? Okay.
Yep. We have made significant changes to some of the stuff on our legacy product, so it is new, I guess.
Okay.
It's our model year 25 going forward from this point.
Do you know as far as what would be different on some of these? Like, is there anything specifically that you know of?
This is actually a newer unit that just came out this year in July.
Okay.
This is our Blackout Edition.
Okay.
We have an RZXD gray,
Right.
which is what our standard is.
Yeah, I remember all the gray ones. That's how they were.
Suspension seat on this one. Our VersaGuard keypad on there is new. Our spindles are new underneath on the deck. The
Okay.
redesigned spindle, new and improved. We used to have a dial for our deck height system.
Right.
We went back to a pin system.
Yeah, I like
Back
that.
up, So that's going to be on all of them.
Is that because you had so much trouble out of
I
the...
don't know if it's so much trouble, but it's more reliability.
Right. No,
I went to key switch, so there's only 3 units that have this. It's this one, that one, all the other ones. We used to have keypads on all of them.
Now, as far as your deck system right here, the height of it, did you just do that this year? Or was that last year too? I didn't even notice it last year if that was.
Accessory last year, standard this year.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's a much better way to do it. I know in the beginning there was some trouble with it would drop all of a sudden on some of them and everything, but you guys fixed that. But I think the pin system is the only way to go on a commercial unit. It's a good looking mower.
Thank you.
So this one's got the 40 horse Briggs with the oil guard on it. This one's the black series. You can see the darker colors. And then this is their gray, their original colors. But I'm glad that they went to this pin drop system. The height of it is 5 inches at the highest point. Unit here. Is there anything new on this for this year? Brand new.
Hasn't even hit the market yet.
Okay.
Production right now should be in stores by December.
By December, huh?
Yes, sir.
No heat, no AC.
There is heat and AC in this, but it's an accessory. So this is a full cab with
Okay.
HVAC in it. Standard's gonna come without the full doors, without the HVAC in it.
Yeah, look at that. It does have heat and air conditioning. Yeah, it does. I see it in there in the middle now. Nice. What engine is in this?
I think it's called a PSI, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's who makes it, but it's completely our spec.
40 horsepower gasoline inline 4-cylinder.
Yep.
Now, this comes with heat and air conditioning, and this is the price? Okay, all right. What is...
So it comes, like you see this one up here, so it comes with half doors.
Okay.
It comes with the roof, comes with LED lights, comes with the 8-ply steel belted radial tires.
Okay.
Front and rear hitch, integrated snowplow mount. Comes with cruise control, blinkers, rhino-lined rear bed. So this one's got some accessories on it with the cab, the HVAC.
Single stage shocks.
It's a progressive frame spring.
And this is running a 27-inch tire, 27 by 9. Willwood brakes? Huh.
If you look in there, you can see the Willwood logo.
Oh, I see that. I see that.
LED lights, LED turn signals, accent lights. Comes with this big bumper on the front of it.
Is that cast or is that the coating?
Nope, it's a cast.
So your A-arms are cast?
Correct. Front back.
But you only have a single A-arm?
Yep, so it's a McPherson strut.
Okay.
So it's a strong system, and it saves a little bit on weight, so you don't have that upper A-arm and that. So it's quite a few other people are running that system too.
Huh.
It's rated at 83 decibels for the engine. So it is whisper
What's
quiet.
below under this?
So everything's super easy to get to. You gotta fill up your windshield wiper fluid, your coolant. If you look down there, if you're adding other accessories, all the plugs are right there already labeled. So if you want to put a bed lift on there, all you gotta do is plug it in there. There's another one back here that you plug in, and then you plug it in the back. You can put a new accessory like that on. And
Power steering unit.
It's got some of the best electric power steering on the market. It feels like you're driving a truck.
Hmm.
Go see the engine too?
Yeah, let's see it all. Hydraulic assist.
Hydraulic assist, and then we do have an electric lift.
Do you know who makes the motor? I know you guys said that it's kind of your...
It's our motor, so we EPA certify it.
Okay.
It's the only motor in the entire Toro family that's EPA certified
Okay.
by us and not by the supplier. So it's made in Chicago, Illinois, to our spec. It's super quiet. If you look at your air filter over here, it's a Donaldson style air filter.
Right.
Toolless to look at that. Your belt over here, it's toolless to look at, to inspect that.
Now,
it's almost all the preventative maintenance on it.
with a
is
toolless belt,
Yep.
do you feel like you've got a good enough seal to keep water out without... You do?
Yep. So your intake's up here.
Right, I see
And then
that.
Also, if you do get water in there, there's a drain so it can drain out at the bottom.
Right. Huh.
And
That's the
then
first
other-
one I've seen like that.
The other really cool thing, this engine is completely out of your cab.
Okay.
So you get almost no engine heat into the cab.
Okay.
and then down here where it does touch the cab, there's a thick insulation layer for a heat barrier.
And you're pitting this. This is going to compete with the Ranger, the Defender, things of that nature.
Yeah, John Deere XUV.
So what is, like this unit here, what is your target price range? What do you think the target price range is going to be? I know it says $21,499, but you said that wasn't this unit, right?
Correct. So with all the added accessories, you're looking at about $30,000 for this.
Okay, $30,000 for the 4-door or the 30,000 for the 4-door. Okay.
If you go over to the Boss booth, they got a 2-door version of this with the full HVAC and cab.
Okay.
And that's probably around $27,000. Yep. So work lights front and back. Once again, just plug and play.
I want to sit in it and see how it feels sitting in it.
If you take a look at this, it's got cruise control, which is super cool. It's got a horn. So
Okay.
all of this up here is all standard. All that on that side standard.
What do you think
We
the
got
top speed will be on this?
45 miles an hour,
Okay.
electronically limited.
And you just point, is this a true front locker?
Yep.
It's gonna, okay, so the front.
So you can be fully unlocked. You can lock your rear locker in, or you can lock both front and rear in.
Okay. Well, I know. Like you got 4-wheel drive here, and then you can switch between your lockers and this one. So you've got
So you
two
can
separate
lock-
switches.
Yep. So you can
Right.
lock it. You can lock the rear in 2-wheel drive.
So this works about like the smart lock in the Can-Am Defenders.
Yep.
You've got two separate ones. Where Polaris, you just hit it, and it figures out what you need. I do.
Polaris is usually 1-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, or
All well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. But Polaris works extremely well to not have the different switches. What is this?
So this, we offer a ram ball mount that goes off of it, or if you go look at the Boss booth, you can hang your plow controller off of there.
Huh. And it's got turn signals and
Yep.
stuff on it.
Lights. This one's got an interior light, so if your key's on, you can have a dome light up here.
Right.
Windshield wiper with fluid. Tons of room in the back seat.
Well, what makes you not put anything here? What, like a flip down console or?
Eventually, I'd love to do it. So
Yeah.
It's a 6-seat versus a 4-seat, but for right now and where we're certified at, we did a 4-seat.
Okay, all right, I see. Well, it's good. I mean, it just, that's, people are going to ask that, so it's just something that's interesting to see. It's very interesting you went with a single A-arm, though. I'm curious about how that feels and works.
Well, the good news is we got one outside if you want to go drive it.
You do?
Yep.
Okay.
As long as you get there before they close.
Well, I know. Just trying to shoot. Yeah, right. All right. See what Dixie Chopper has new for this year. Oh, they got a color scheme. It's some kind of digital camo one. Black Hawk HP. Not a fan of that color scheme. Do love that these run Parker wheel motors. New Silver Eagle stand-on. Fly like an eagle. Falcon HPX, $8,000.
It's like 5:30 in the morning. All my neighbors, I'm thinking super loud. These are going.
So green line is just another How's it going, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
This is new for this year?
It is.
There you go.
Good to meet you.
What's
any questions that we can answer?
Just give me the rundown. What's new about it? And
Brand new.
Okay.
We haven't had a standard.
Okay.
We had a standard in 17, the Striker, 15 through 17, I believe, and it just didn't take off.
Okay.
So we designed ground up, brand new machine. So yeah, this is actually a beta prototype. Planning on actually starting to produce them next spring. We're rolling out.
USB-C and
We'll
USB-A.
operate one. Take our athlete. We've got one here to operate.
Nice looking unit. Let me see this here. This will give people. All right, man. I appreciate it. I'm not running standards. I've got a standard that I'm running, but I do not like it. I'm not a standard man, but I operate on a 7-acre property. The Excalibur they've got, $15,499. Still running a pump and wheel motor. You guys have anything new for this year? Y'all work in this booth?
No,
We do not.
You do not? Okay.
We're hanging out, loitering.
Cool. So I don't see anybody in this booth working, but we'll see if they got anything new. These are considered their commercial series. Says new for 2025, IP65 dust and water resistant, Optimus Z 60-inch side discharge, OZ 560. You can see the stats right here. Cut of height goes up to 5. Let's see what their deck looks like. See if they've got their blades on there. Okay, so you can see when you look at these, this has a little bit more of a lift than most of them, but a lot of these do not have very much lip at all. So I'd be curious to see how this one cut. Pretty open deck design. I like that. I think last year it said that these will run, this one says 10, but they've got one that will run 16 mile per hour, I think. What is ETO? Electric powered bagger system. You can screenshot that. Assembled in the USA with foreign and domestic. 19K speed on the blades. They've got these little displays. How you doing? This one's new for 2025 too. It says, yeah, drive speed on this one 16 mile per hour. Let's show you guys the stats on it. That one's Optimus Z OZ 960. It's awful little tire on there. This one's got a good looking tire on it. Okay, so this one right here looks like it is the most robust one out of all of them. That's a stout looking unit. It's got this electric blower on the front to blow. I mean, I'd like to see how that did with grass on the secondary cut. But this is a rear discharge. I'm not a fan of rear discharge because you don't cut your clippings up a second time. Just doesn't produce as good of a cut. Let's see what it says here. So they're saying if you run this unit versus diesel over 3 years, it's $11,000 savings. 14 mile per hour. This unit right here is one I would be interested in testing out to see how it does compared. It looks like it's made well. The height of cut on all these is about 5 inches. This operator platform feels nice. They've got the whole thing. They've got mini stand-ons. They've got little stand-ons. You know, you've got a sprayer there. But this unit here is interesting. It's just the ergonomics of it and stuff I like. Look at these little Kato excavators. That's a little diesel unit. That's got to have the littlest diesel motor in it. That'd be so fun to operate. Uh-oh, so looks like Toro's come out with their version. You can see here of this autonomous mower. These are very impressive and work extremely well. Now, I don't know about this unit, but we've tested several units, and as long as they are mapped correctly, they work really well. And you can see that one's laying down stripes on there, how it's going. Let's see what it says. Haven mower. Oh, you can put a push arm on it, so if you want to push mow with it. It's mapping out the yard. You can see there. So it's got a front camera, side lights, a side camera. It's got 4 cameras all the way around it to judge whether something's in the way or not. I'll tell you what a mower I would like to see is an Exmark Laser Z with 26s on it. That'd be a hard mower to beat. And one of the things that, you know, Toro makes their XL series like this with the 26-inch tires, but then they give you the Ultra Cut 4 deck instead of the 6. And I'm not sure that the 4 will cut as good as the 6. But you can get this with the big EFI Kawasaki, you know, 38.5 horse. So you get the bigger tires on this unit. I prefer a 26-inch tire on this unit, but this and Exmark share the same deck. You see how much higher that wing lip is compared to like the ones that come on the electric mowers? You can see the deck here. Nine-inch cast aluminum spindles, bull nose. We've got video on this in last year's GIE video if you want to know more about this multi-force different attachment deal. See if they got anything new for this year. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Do you guys have anything new for this year?
Outside.
You do?
Yeah.
New stand-on?
Stand-on.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the difference from last year and this year?
Bigger engine, bigger deck.
Okay.
Bigger frame.
Okay. So basically a total new mower. Totally new mower.
Yeah,
Frame,
it looks
deck.
the exact same.
Okay.
A little bit bigger.
And it's outside.
It is outside.
Okay. That's a rear discharge. I keep seeing a lot of rear discharge.
I think that
Good looking deck. Very baffled in how the back, see these are set offset quite a bit. Chris, weed eater on there. I've got all of Chris's stuff in last year's GIE. It's a good looking little canopy with the fans and stuff on it. Yeah.
So this tube is really carrying the wood out. But it's free on seat.
Look at that. That's a weird looking deal how that's set up. That boom goes up. I mean, that thing's way up there. I like that. Looks like we got a little mini concrete mixer, a dump truck over there, little mini dump trucks, and then they've got this scissor lift type deal. You like those? They're lightweight, yeah. Right. Like a shoe work boot.
This guy right here came up with the whole thing.
Nice. Cujo workwear. Yardwear. Pretty lightweight. Look at his grasshopper. Little mini dozer. Pioneer. I've never heard of them. Unless they're talking about the tape deck company that made CD players and stuff. Last Tech. Wood Miser. Show Special. Demo Unit. Rock Hound. That's a big mulching head. Trailmaster Panther 1000. Here's a 550. Winch, four-wheel drive. I don't know if that's a locker. Seemed like some off-brand, cheaper end stuff. It's got some wild-looking brakes on it. Snow moving equipment. Bad Boys lineup of stuff. They're getting a little bit of everything too. I noticed all these mower companies are coming out with basically everything of their own, you know, weed eaters, blowers, mowers, you know, just the whole line so they can get you in an ecosystem, which is great for them.
Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, I might be taking off here shortly.
All these attachments. So if you buy a Bad Boy mower or tractor, you can get all these attachments. From my understanding, TYM makes their tractors. They're just a different color. Probably a few different aesthetics and things like that. Is there anything new for this year on you guys' mowers or anything like that?
We've got a new stand-on mower.
Okay. $13 for the show price.
Yeah, little things like the steps. This is new. I mean, and different hand grips, but the main thing we've got new is this.
Oh, yeah. I see. Double tire deal.
But also underneath, we've got a different drive system.
You got a new drive system? What is your drive system now?
Drive system on the others are an integrated unit.
Right.
This is a split system.
Right.
And wheel motor. We've got the Hydro Gear HCMH. It's a piston motor instead of most of the other manufacturers have orbital motors.
Right.
Piston motor's smoother, runs cooler, more efficient.
I like that. I'm a huge fan of the separate pump and wheel motor deal.
And then we've got the separate.
Right. I love how you guys. I mean, this is so simple.
Yeah.
Some of them are made up into this casting, all kinds of dumb stuff, and I'm like, why can't you just do that? Like, that takes 5 seconds to go get a new one, put it on, you're done.
Yep.
Just seems.
And we got also a lithium-ion battery here.
Now-
Smaller package. Don't
Now-
have to worry about leakage.
Now, see on this, you've got this switch here. Is that just to shut the fuel off, like it auto feeds from both sides?
It auto feeds from both sides. What this switch does is a safety switch.
So you don't have to mess with switching sides?
No.
Okay, excellent.
It's gravity fed.
Right.
So
That's a good looking padding on there. Look at that padding. Yeah, good looking unit.
But that was probably the most driven on our booth outside for the last 3 days.
Oh, I don't doubt that a bit. What is the ground speed on this?
About 12 to 13 miles.
12, 13 mile per hour?
We got 13-gallon fuel.
13-gallon fuel. And the max height of cut is 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 down to 2.
Yeah, interesting unit. Always looks well made.
And it comes standard with no flats in the front.
Okay.
This one goes 54, 61, and 72 right there.
Okay.
40 horse EFI.
Now, is there any difference in this 72-inch deck compared to your other 72-inch deck? Exact same deck? Okay. I mean, that deck cuts great, so why change something that's good?
That's right.
But yeah, all right. So this is the only thing new for this year. As far as your sit-down mowers, besides the little deck peg system,
Yeah.
those are identical to...
Some cosmetic stuff,
Right,
But
right.
mainly this is the Mac Daddy
This
here.
is the Mac Daddy now, huh?
Yeah.
And it's got the 40 horse on it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys got new for this year?
What do we have new for this year?
Yeah, do you have anything new for this year?
We've got some stuff working on this year.
Okay. Well, as far as like from last year's show to this year's show, have you guys changed anything? I know you had the split deck where you could put different attachments and things like that on it.
So we still have the split deck.
Right.
And then we actually held off on bringing it in last year.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure it was perfect.
Right.
We're not going to bring something this big into the market and then have it be an absolute flop.
Right.
So
I'm still listening to you.
We're
Just
bringing in some new attachments. It's going to be a rough cut deck.
okay.
A rough cut deck, sweeper, snow blower, aerator, and then we're working on a leaf blower as well, so that you can put it to all season use.
Okay. Deck height goes to 4.5 on there. You can see here, and then you've got the little speed change and all that on there. Let's see. This is our 920. Is this you guys' biggest mower?
That's our biggest mower as of right now.
Okay.
It's got the Kawasaki FX1000.
What? So they're running a ZT 4400 pump and wheel motor. Find that odd, but okay. Height of cut needs to go up on it too, in my opinion. Good looking mower, but I priced a Scag Cheetah the other day for $12,000 out the door with a 38 Kohler. It's a good looking mower. Just it's running a 26 by 12 by 12. So I like that. Let's see what their deck looks like. Rubber chute stays up by itself. It's got the little rubber ends in it. So not too baffled. It does have this lip here. I wonder if it catches a lot of the grass. You can check vehicle health, back, engine hours, PTO. I do like this little deal, but I wonder, stuff like that goes out, it's super expensive compared to just a regular dial gauge. You can see how it splits here. So this comes in half. Look at those pulleys. Man, those are some big pulleys. Hey, how you doing? So as you guys know, Hustler and Cub Cadet are the same company now, and they've got the same parent company. Cub Cadet has a really good cut on it. This mower I've got on my channel, if you want to see how this operates, this is a crazy hillside mower, and you can literally do stuff with this that you can't do with a normal zero turn. That thing just keeps getting bigger. There it was last year, and then here it is this year. What is this out yet? Can people actually use this?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the rundown on this?
So this is basically it's a
Autonomous.
RTK autonomous.
Okay.
You can manage up to 12 acres. So from a setup standpoint, what you need is a beacon, RTK base.
Okay.
That'll get you 5 miles of radius or coverage or correction for the robots. You can put as many robots on this as you want. So
Really?
You
So you can set this on 4 properties, have 4 different mowers, have 1 beacon in a 5-mile radius, and they can mow those properties.
They can mow those properties. Exactly.
That's
so
wild.
This will do up to 12 acres, or actually 12 acres up to 15. This is a smaller version.
And that's this one,
yeah,
right?
That's that one. This is a different color shell. And then these are different types of heads. So this is our standard cutting head. If you look in here, there's a set screw down in there that you can see.
So it uses razors.
This whole assembly pulls off, and it uses these razors. So there's
Okay.
per. This is our
And
low
they
cut.
overlap.
And they overlap. This is our low cut, and the low cut you get down to 1/2 inch up to 3 3/4 inches. This goes from 3/4 inch up to 4. And then these are our protection discs for golf. So golf ball protection just allows grass to get in and keeps the golf balls away from blades.
Oh, nice.
And then we got a roller option too. This is new roller, so that you can stripe.
That is pretty wild looking. I seen it last year, but had no clue that it had the ability to put all these different things at different places and mow with it. You can see it here. So you could put it on this field and have it mow with others in the property. There's a new stand-on for this year. It looks just like the Green Company mower, identical. I'm betting it's just rebranded.
The outdoor demo yard closes in 15 minutes.
So these are all electric mowers that are new. But like I said, they look just like the Greenworks mowers, just rebranded. I think they are. Look at that thing. Old Ferris. See what the cut is. 5 1/4 is the highest spot on it. RZ 960i. That's a pretty open deck design. It's got a big chute. I'd like to see how this cuts. I think these run a 26. Yeah, 26, 12 with 12. There's Woodlawn's King Cobra Max. It's got wheels on it. I've never ran this brand. I mean, it looks built well. The center of gravity looks low on it too. Let's see what the deck looks like. I like when they build these chutes that'll stay up or down. Good looking deck design. Cheaper looking as far as its gas tanks and stuff, how it's made. Excalibur. I wonder how they're getting away with that. Dixie Chopper got the same name. Look at this little truck bed deal. Electric mower. Got the little truck bed back here. Free swag. These are such good looking mowers. ICD deck. You guys are wanting me to get one of these out to test. I don't see there 30. Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Look at this. Got Bilstein shocks on it now. Look at that. That is wild. I really want to test one of these out. This black one's pretty wild looking. That's kind of chintzy. It's that whole platform. Get on there and sit and see what you think, huh? I mean, look at this. Look at how open that is. I mean, it's got to cut good with it being that open, I would think. That's like Scag's open side discharge. This and steel are pretty much the same style mower. A little bit different setup. What do you think? Feel pretty good?
Yeah.
Bouncy? Well, the whole platform kind of moves with it. This is their biggest one. I'd like to... that deck looks like a good deck. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outdoor demo yard closes in 10 minutes.
I need to talk with
The outdoor
them.
demo yard closes in 10 minutes.
So we've got one of these little units. Qualcomm USR robot. So many of these coming out. I'm gonna show you guys these Navimos. This is their original one. And then this is the one that we've got at the house now with a vision fence. You can see a video of that on my channel. This thing works phenomenal for smaller properties, and it can go up to 3.6 inches as far as cut height. It uses razor blades, and if you're wondering if that will hold up, so far we've been running ours for 3 weeks. Razor blades are still cutting perfectly. And this thing, once you set it up, you pretty much have an app that will showcase everything. Now this is their new one, and it has a side cutter on it, so it's able to get right up next to your landscaping. So no longer will you have to trim, like I was showing in the last video, around your landscaping. And this can handle up to 2.5 acres by itself. It is a little bit bigger unit, but as far as setup, you can see here you've got dual camera systems on it, and it runs a bigger blade system with a 6-blade cutting. So you're going to be able to have this mow up to 2.5 acres without having to trim the areas around through there, because this will go from here out all the way close to where the blade is there and overlap. And I'm going to show you guys it working over here, kind of give you the rundown on it so you can see it working. There's the differences. Here it is, rained on, completely waterproof. And this can take really high slopes, but once you set it up and you get it working, you're able to see it in the app and see where it's at. It's able to maneuver between properties around different parts of your house, and then it just goes right back to its base, which is over here. And you can watch this little see it when it sees something, it'll stop and go around it. This will cut patterns in your yard. So if you wanted to say hello Bob in your front yard, which is really cool, you can program it to do that also. Mows up to 2.5 acres. I've never heard of this company, but that is a massive bar on that thing. $55cc 20-inch bar, only at Equipment Expo, $150. That's super cheap for a chainsaw. This is $150. I mean, it looks pretty well made. Got a little choke, a little primer bulb, on off. It's less than a Milwaukee battery. Massimo booth. What in the world is that thing? Electric motor in the wheel. T-Boss 1000.
Smiles. I like it.
We come here after to try this place out. Hopefully it's good. Look good on the reviews. Look at this. This is one of the plates that we got here. This is a chicken, shrimp, and steak, which has a full ribeye, shrimp, and then I don't know how much chicken, but you can see that there. It looks so killer. This is really good. This is called Oh Yeah sauce. And this has like a spice to it. Not super spicy, but I mean, there's everything in here. It's so good. See that? Mm-hmm.